The first Macedonian who called me a Persian had never met me. The second had never visited my city. The third could not even pronounce its name. Yet somehow, all three seemed certain they knew exactly who I was. The funny thing is, I was not sure myself. I was born in Miletus. My father was born in Miletus. My grandfather too. We spoke Greek, prayed to Greek gods, married Greeks, buried Greeks, told Greek stories, argued like Greeks, drank like Greeks, especially drank like Greeks. And yet, every year we paid taxes to Persia. Nobody found that strange. Why would we? It had always been that way. People today speak about Persia as if it arrived yesterday. To us, Persia was older than memory, older than stories, older than grandparents. The great king's officials had ruled our coast for nearly 2 centuries, 200 years. Think about that. My grandfather never knew a world without Persia. His grandfather never knew a world without Persia. My children had never known a world without Persia. At what point does foreign rule stop feeling foreign? I do not know. Perhaps nobody does. I owned a vineyard. Not a large one. Not a poor one either. Just enough. Enough to feed my family. Enough to complain about taxes. Enough to worry every year about rain. The sort of life most people secretly want. Peaceful. Predictable. Small. History books rarely mention people like me. We prefer it that way. The politicians in the city argued constantly. Athens, Persia, trade, taxes, governors, new laws, old laws. Every man believed he understood politics. Most could barely manage their own households. One merchant would shout,
"Persia protects our trade!"
Another would answer,
"Persia taxes our trade."
Both were right, which made arguments impossible. Then came the rumors. A young Macedonian king, Alexander, crossing into Asia, defeating satraps, winning battles, conquering cities. At first, nobody cared. The Persian Empire was enormous. Empires do not collapse because of one battle. Or so we believed. Soon another word appeared. Liberation. The Macedonians claimed they were liberating the Greek cities of Asia. Liberating us. That sounded impressive. Until people started asking questions. Liberating us from what? My vineyard? My harbor? My home? A fisherman at the tavern laughed.
If Alexander wants to liberate my taxes, I support him.
The entire room applauded. For one glorious moment, all political factions agreed on something. Nobody liked taxes. Then, one afternoon, a rider arrived. Covered in dust, exhausted. The entire market stopped. Merchants stopped selling. Fishermen stopped arguing. Even politicians stopped talking. That alone was enough to know something important had happened. The rider shouted,
"Granicus has fallen!"
Silence. Absolute silence. The words spread across the city, like a disease, like a prayer, like a storm. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. The young celebrated, the old worried. Merchants counted possible profits. Mothers counted possible graves. One man shouted,
Alexander is Greek.
Another replied,
So am I. Why is he marching toward my city?
No one had an answer. The truth is embarrassing. Most ordinary people did not care who ruled the empire. Persian, Greek, Egyptian, Macedonian. What we cared about was stability. Could ships arrive safely? Would crops grow? Would taxes increase? Would our sons be drafted? That was politics to ordinary people. Everything else was philosophy. A priest once told me,
People pray for justice.
I disagreed. People pray for normal. Justice is a luxury. Normal is survival. The priest was offended. I considered that a victory. Weeks passed. The rumors became facts. Cities surrendered. Others resisted. Every road brought new stories. Alexander was unstoppable. Alexander was reckless. Alexander was a liberator. Alexander was a conqueror. Alexander was blessed by the gods. Alexander was insane. The stories contradicted each other. That worried me, because when everyone describes the same man differently, it usually means nobody understands him. One evening I stood overlooking the same sea my grandfather had watched, the same sea his grandfather had watched. The horizon looked unchanged. The world did not. For the first time in my life, I wondered whether my children would grow up under a different king. The thought felt impossible, then strangely possible, then terrifying. I was not worried, not really. Neither was my father, nor my neighbors, nor the merchants in the harbor. Alexander had won a battle, nothing more. The empire had survived worse. The great king would deal with him. Kings always did. At least, that is what we believed. None of us had met Darius. None of us had met Alexander. And none of us understood that both men were already moving toward the same battlefield. One from the west, one from the east. One young, one powerful. Both convinced the future belonged to them. And somewhere beyond the mountains, beyond the rivers, beyond the deserts, a king I had never seen was hearing Alexander's name for the first time. Darius, King of Kings, Lord of Asia, master of an empire that seemed eternal. And if I had known what was coming, I would have paid far more attention to that name.